Hello, Alvin again. Take 3 on this Facebook Live Q&A on Friday, which we started at 10 o'clock, but for whatever reason, it's doesn't seem to be liking me today. But nevertheless, we've got people onto it, and we're going to keep plodding through. We're going to make this happen. Let's do this again. Thank you so much for everybody's patience. If you can hear the sound, please let me know. That'll just make it much easier for me further on down the track. So just put it in the comments below that you can or you cannot. And let's get started. Again, take 3 on the live Q&As with Alvin, Ask Alvin show. So the first thing, just want to make sure that we go through all the legal stuff. Remember, this is just general advice. Please make sure you consult a healthcare professional to give you the most up-to-date advice and pertinent advice for you. And with any medications that we talk about, please always make sure that you use as directed and consult your healthcare professional if any of your symptoms persist, okay? So cool, let's do it. Take 3. So the first question we have is from Helen, who asks if we stock blood pressure machines that fit on the wrist. So, great question, Helen. Unfortunately, we do not keep any blood pressure machines that fit on the wrist. We just don't seem to sell it, so we've never kept it in. So I've just got the closest thing that we have, which is a small blood pressure unit, this on-run one here, which is perfect for the cuff of your arm. This cuff is perfect for your arm. And it's super small, super discreet, and it takes accurate readings as well. The good thing about this one is it also syncs up nicely to your phone. So if you have an Android or an iPhone, there's an app for it, and it records your results, so it makes it nice and easy rather than 1, writing all your results down, or 2, in some of the old school machines, flicking through the switch. So the technology is much better. Yeah, so, and Helen, if you want a wrist-based blood pressure machine, please come in and see us, and we can order one in for you and go through it, you know, what your options are. Cool, so that's all done. Second question is from Stefan. Hey Stefan. He asks, and I'm just looking at my questions up here. Can I have problems swallowing big tablets and capsules? Is it possible to crush all tablets to make it easier to swallow? Yeah, great question, Stefan. So yeah, the answer is yes and no. So typically for most medications that we have, you know, in the front of shop, and the other end of the shop, if there are a sustained release preparation, that means they release the medication. Great, just getting a nod from Jerry that the sound is good. If anyone else is up there, can you just leave a comment below so I know it's going great? Thank you so much. Thanks, Jerry. Where was I? Stefan, tablets. Sustained release, that's correct. So sustained release tablets, so that means tablets that will release medication over the course of a certain time period, usually over a day or 6 to 8 hours. Most of those medications you can't crush it because they have this matrix system where the medication is embedded in there and it slowly releases the medication over the course of the day. By crushing that, you're going to disrupt that matrix, and you're not going to get the right dose releasing into your body. You know, the medication's not going to work as correctly. So with capsules, it just depends. Some of the capsules have got powders in them, which you can undo the capsule, and you can sprinkle it on, you know, like yogurt, milk, honey, or whatever, and have it. Some capsules contain little other microparticles in there, which you can also take it out as well. So it just really depends on a case-by-case basis for over-the-counter medicines. And then there are, of course, medications in the dispensary as well, which we would just need to double check. There's always a reference that we use, so if you're unsure on a particular medication, please make sure you give us a call, pop into the pharmacy and ask us. We can always double check whether we can crush tablets. So in summary, Stefan, in general, yes, you can crush tablets, but please double check with us. And in general, usually the long release, long acting tablets, you can't sort of crush them. And the capsules, usually you can take the stuff out of the capsules and put it on something to eat. And you can have your dose that way. Very, very great question. Cool, Stefan, hopefully that answers it for you. The next question is from Anne, and says, my eyes are red and itchy, what can I use? Yep, common problem this time of the year with all the hay fever, all the pollen that's around. So generally, this is the treatment protocol, or this is what we use to treat eyes that are red and itchy. We use an antihistamine eye drop. So many different eye drops on the market. Come and speak to us and we'll determine the right one for you. So we use an antihistamine eye drop. We also use some saline impregnated wipes. So these are really good at wiping the eye clean, settling down any irritation that may be on the outside, and moisturizing and rehydrating the eye. So the saline is really good at that. Also helps prevent any secondary infections or any infections that may occur later on. And the third thing that we use is also like a lubricant, just to keep the eye nice and hydrated and nice and moist. Because quite often this time of the year when it's red and itchy, it's really inflamed, and using a lubricant eye drop will help settle that down. And of course we look at using an antihistamine to take orally as well. Yeah, so you don't need to suffer, and we can help you with your red and itchy eyes. So just please make sure you come in and see us, and we'll pick the right one depending on the medications that you're taking. So on and so forth. Last question, excuse me, is from Johnny the trainer. Thank you, Johnny. He asks, what's the difference between good and bad cholesterol? Awesome question. Let's go. So basically, just a quick refresher, Johnny. Cholesterols are lipids in the cells, and that are found in the membranes of the cells, on the outside of the cells, and they're also found in our blood plasma, and that's in our blood. And they're actually essential for a whole heap of. So cholesterol is essential in a whole heap of body processes. Most notably, it's used to make hormones. So yeah, we definitely need cholesterol. So let's talk about good cholesterol, which is otherwise known as HDL, or high density lipoprotein. I won't geek out on all the terms, but the main function of this good cholesterol, HDL, it takes the cholesterol from the body's tissues back to the liver to be excreted out. So it removes any excess cholesterol out of the body. That's the HDL. The LDL is a low density lipoprotein, and in a nutshell it takes cholesterol from the liver to the tissue, and takes it around the body. Now, so that's the bad cholesterol. So within the LDLs, there are different types of LDLs, and typically the research is coming out now that the bad cholesterol is caused by these smaller LDL particles, which then attach to your blood vessels and cause inflammation. Typically what we know as atherosclerosis. Ooh, my pronunciation is pretty bad, but it's basically just build-up of plaques in the arteries. So that's the LDL side of things, or the bad LDL side of things. A common question that we got with that is, how do you get those LDLs, those small LDLs? It's usually caused by a diet high in simple carbohydrates that promote the formation of smaller LDL particles. That's the bad cholesterol side of things. So just to recap, good cholesterol, HDL, takes the cholesterol away from the body and excretes it. The bad cholesterol pumps it back into the system, but within that there's a few different types, and it's the smaller LDL particles. So I don't want to geek out on all this stuff, but that's basically it. And usually when you get a total cholesterol test, it measures the total cholesterol, and what we're now encouraging and what doctors are doing now, and pathologists are measuring the amount of HDL and LDL as well, because to give you a better picture of what's going on. Hopefully that answered your question, Johnny, in a very simple format. Great question. So guys, thank you again for persevering with us on our third live Q&A, and funnily enough, the third one that we had to do for today with all the sound issues. Unsure what happened. As always, remember, this is general advice. Come in and see us. We can give you specific advice for your condition. I'm not a doctor. General advice, and any medicines that you use, please make sure that you check the directions and use always only as directed. So I'll be back next week. The Q&A will be on Wednesday at 10 AM. Please make sure that you like and share this video. Any questions that you may have and you're unable to make it next week, please make sure you put it in the comments section below. Like, share, let everybody know, and my aim is to give immense value to our community here in West Brunswick, and answer any questions that you may have. So Alvin signing out. I'm going to check on the audio again. Hopefully I don't have to do this again because I'm done talking. So thanks guys, have a great weekend. Bye.